Good afternoon. I think we'll get started, and I think most people have managed to join us. A very warm welcome to you all to the Trellis Seminar Series 2022. We've had two already this morning and two yesterday, so this is our fifth session of the week, and it's lovely to see so many people from so many different countries joining us. It's great to have you all with us, and from so many different corners of the UK as well. For those of you who don't know us, Trellis is the charity that supports therapeutic gardening in Scotland. We provide information, training and good practice sharing, and we aim to provide and promote the highest quality of therapeutic gardening services and enable everyone to get the best out of them. We also encourage gardening groups and practitioners to share experience and skills and resources through our network. And that network contains almost 500 gardening projects now. You can find links to those projects and to all our information and resources on our website, so do take a look at the homepage. Just to summarise our plan for the session today, we're going to have a presentation from Mirela of approximately 30-35 minutes. And after that, we'll have some time for questions and discussion. I would ask you to use the chat box during the presentation to ask questions, and we'll voice them at the end to the presenter for you. Or if you use the reactions button, once we get into the discussion section, we'll perhaps invite you to, if you raise your hand, we can invite you to ask a question then. We have turned on live transcription and closed captions. So if you want to turn on that subtitling feature, just click on the CC box at the bottom of your screen, and that will bring up the subtitles. And likewise, you can use the same control or the three dots to the right to turn that off if it's getting in the way and bothering you. I would like to emphasize that we would really like to hear from you about what you think of the session. So we will share a survey through the chat. We'll put a link in there. But as this link carries on into the next session, you may want to wait until we email you the link too, but maybe jot down any thoughts you have while they're fresh in your mind. The feedback's really important to us, and we use it to modify our work and improve it for the future. So please do take a moment to give us your feedback via the survey. Well, it's our real privilege today to welcome our speaker, Mirela Maganha from Brazil, who's going to present on her subject, her talks entitled "Nature is Essential for Our Lives, Growing Vegetables and Flowers with People Affected by Addiction" in Sao Paulo State, Brazil. Based in Igaraçu do Tietê, in the state of Sao Paulo, Mirela is studying for her bachelor's degree in agronomy and will graduate later this year. Her first degree was in management, followed by a postgrad in project specialization in 2015. In 2021, as part of her agronomy studies, Mirela developed a therapeutic gardening project in a therapeutic community in Jaú, working with people affected by addictions who wanted to improve their well-being through activities with plants, exploring nature, and learning how to grow vegetables and flowers. It's my very great pleasure to pass you over now to Mirela, who's going to share her screen and give us her presentation. Welcome, Mirela.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. I am Mirela. I'd like to thank Trellis for the opportunity to be here today with you. And I will tell a little bit about my project, my first project about the therapeutic horticulture in Brazil. Nature is essential for our lives, growing vegetables and flowers with people affected by addiction. I choose the sentence, nature is essential for our lives, because I think nowadays we are almost always in a hurry. and we forgot to be in contact with nature. We forgot some simple details that are around us, and we need to explore these benefits that the nature gives to us every day. I am Mirela Maria Maganha. I am from Igaraçu do Tietê. It's a little city in Sao Paulo, Brazil. I attended the college after I left high school, and I studied management. And after I studied project specialization. But my dream was to study agronomy, and just now I had the opportunity. I used it to say that I am different from my classmates because almost always the classmates from my college likes and works in plants, industries, or big farms. And I would like to work with horticulture, family agriculture, and I found the social and therapeutic horticulture. Well, I would like to learn more about the subject, and I was looking for a place to do it, but I found a place to develop a project, one idea. In the project, my main role was to design and manage the idea of the therapeutic horticulture, and I tried to create a connection with the participants. And I think my main challenge was to create a balance between apply my hard and the soft skills, because it was my first project and my first time with this public person, men in addiction, treatment in addiction. Well, but how do I discover horticulture, therapeutic horticulture? I started my interest in the subject because I bought a Portuguese book, and in this book, it shows about the subject, what is, how the benefits, and some real cases in Portugal. And I tried to find some place in Brazil to study and to learn about it, to go ahead. It was my choice to work with it professionally. But here, it's not recognized yet, and you have many difficulties. Since with the teachers in college to develop some project in the area, because they don't have the knowledge about this area yet. And I started reading some articles, looking for institutions around the world, because here it was not possible. And I started writing an article, and then theoretical article about the horticulture, therapeutic horticulture. So I would like to start some project to learn in practice. And in college, it was a program of to attempt financial resources, and we attend some project, and if you can, you You receive the financial resource and develop that. So I developed the project, and I was trying to attempt the research to develop a project in API. It is an institution here that teaches children, teenagers, and adults with mental and physical disabilities. But with the pandemic, I can't go ahead, and I stopped with it. But I continued with the theoretical articles and the projects. So last year, we needed to start the project of conclusion of the college. And I saw the opportunity to develop something. I talked to my teacher, my coordinator, and I was looking for a place to develop it. And like I said, they don't have knowledge about the area. He said to me, it's new for me, and I don't know if I will help you enough. But I followed with my idea, and I found CTL. CTL is a therapeutic community that welcomes people who want to treat their addiction by free choice. It's a community that works just with men. It's based in Jaú. It's near my city, and I presented my idea to the coordinator, and he welcomes me to develop the project then. It was an area there that I could develop this project. Well, before the activities, I tried every week to present it to them the idea of the therapeutic horticulture, because they just think that I was there to teach new tasks of horticulture, like to prepare a bedding, or like to ground vegetables. But my idea was to develop a project about therapeutic horticultures. So my challenge was always showing to them the difference between learning tasks and to appreciate the therapy horticulture, how it could improve their treatment. I always said to them how nature can contribute with us, because there are a big green area that we could walk, we could observe the sky, observe the different kinds of trees, listen to birds, and develop their activities. I tried to develop and create a friendship with them, because it was important to that they trusted in me, trusted about what I would like to develop with them, and always reinforcing the benefits of this kind of activities. Well, I just had once a week with them, and I tried to develop the most number of activities I could. So every day I work the 2 different activities with them, or it's according about the development of the activity, because sometimes one activity we work the every week. I showed to them how to develop Christmas botanic ornaments just with elements of nature. We worked with medicine plants, and we developed a bedding just with this kind of plants, and how we can to be benefited with it. We were working to know different kinds of plants and teas, and the ground this kind of plants in the area. We make terrariums, and we did vegetables studies. All these activities, we worked the therapeutic benefits, like we can say in the picture, the coordinator of the hands, and the specific movements that we can do with hands to improve coordination, concentration, the vision, and the other characteristics. Well, we worked to sowing vegetables and the flower seeds. Since this detailed activity to sow the seeds and to accompany to follow the development of the plant, and I used it to talk to them that plant is like a human, because we have specific characteristics, and the plant too. We have physical and specific requirements. We need a time specific, water specific, a food or feed specific, and I like it to compare every day the human with plants. We work the reading books about the subject, and compare a human with a tree. Like all the participants was able to develop all the activities, I developed the activities since preparing beddings, green areas maintenance, or doing compost, and wetting areas to develop vegetable gardens, until developing sensitive activities. Here, we did bedding to plant medicine plants. Here, we did a bedding to ground flowers, edible flowers that they didn't know yet. And here, some of the sensitive activities, like walking into nature. In this walking, we tried to observe all the different kinds of plants around us. We have listened to birds, the water of the river. We worked observing the sky, and catching some of the elements we could we could catch to work together in our activities, like we catch some different and specific stones of river to do an activity painting them, and we worked with aromatic plants, with a sensitive activity, like we closed the eyes of the participants and we put the plants on their hand to manage it and feel how it is, how if I remember of the plant by the smelling, or if I could put it on the if I could eat it to remember of the plant, or if we needed to open the eyes to discover the plant. Our area was just a ground and land. It was on land, and it wasn't any activity developed there. So I could present to them that we needed to work with the diversity of plants in the same place, because they think we needed to grow just vegetables. We couldn't put different kinds of flowers or edible flowers and the other kinds of vegetables that we can grow together. And one of the last activities we did, it was a botanic card, and we developed it to date Father's Day, and we developed it with all the elements we could catch in nature, roses, seeds, and the other elements. It was a very good activity that I received a return of one of the participants. And he said to me, I challenged him because they have many difficulties to manage with the two hand little things because of the addiction. And this kind of activity is very important to them, like to seeding, to develop, to grow plants. We developed the botanic cooks in last meeting we had together, and they said to me, "You are crazy to eat flowers," but in the end of the activities, all of them ate the botanic cooks, and they liked the eating. Well, according to the therapeutic horticulture, we know that there are many benefits of all the activities I presented to you, and I listed some ones here. Promoting social interaction. I worked with them always in group, because I can't manage to work health in the morning and the health of the team in the afternoon. I always worked with them together, and it was good to promote the social interaction. But in different activities, we can analyze them individually too. Learning new horticulture and gardening tasks, that it was a point that they liked so much, because they related it is very important to them to learn something new. Physical exercises when we were cleaning the area or walking the nature, stimulus of motor coordination in these kind of activities that we can handle little things, stimulating the creativity and the planning when we developed the botanic cards or Christmas ornaments, stimulating the vision, stimulating the concentration, stimulating the teamwork, and the individual trust, improving physical resistance, because there was many kinds of person there. Someone with these, one of them, each one with their limitation. Decrease of anxiety, reduction of stress and mental tiredness, creative expression, feeling of well-being, stimulus of six senses. When we were walking together in the nature, we worked the six senses. When we were listening to birds or the water, river, and we were observing the plants and the sky. Environmental awareness, we worked one day just talking about the importance of environment and how we can clean and create a relationship with the environment, taking care of it. Acquisition of knowledge, feeling of belonging to the group, because during the activities they could share their experiences, and they were very happy with it, because they feel important in the group. Increasing of motivation and enthusiasm. So, and I worked there with a psychologist, because I know the agronomy area and I'm learning, and I worked with her that evaluates the participants, and I asked her and how this project could contribute to them, and I could list some of the psychosocial results. It's very similar with the benefits of we can say the benefits of the therapeutic horticulture. Recognition of new positive interaction, because it's very important in the treatment, in their treatment. They need to substitute activities. They need to adopt new activities that substitute their different kinds of activities that remember them about alcohol and drugs. Reduction of stress levels, because they could say that they were activities that they could keep calm. Anxiety management, sensation of belonging that improves group, coexistence and sociability, stimulus of friendship links. When they start the treatment, they have many difficulties to be there in the community because when they are on the street, they have many liberty, much liberty, and there they have to do what they have to live a new life like they were at home with the family, helping the wife or the mother, and on the street, no, they do what they want. And there they have new responsibilities. And this kind of activity could help them to create new relation with the other participants and to work in team. Increase of organization sense, increase of appreciation and interaction with nectar. And I presented to them some new opportunities to do activities with family when they go out of the community. And one of it was the walking into the nature to appreciate the nature around us and these little things. Recognition of contribution, importance. Well, during the project, I developed and applied evaluations to identify if they were liking the project or if I could improve something, or if they don't want more, I was there. And I applied with them to feel what they were feeling with the activities. And it was very good because they, in each activity, in each meeting, some of them met me and said, it was very good, I like the activity, I would like you continue here, but I preferred to apply this kind of evaluation to feel about all the participants, because some of them is shy, doesn't like to tell face to face, and they preferred to answer this evaluation alone, and the writing and the answer a paper. I put here an example of the one of the question I put on the evaluation that says, how motivated you to participate of the therapy horticulture in CTL? And I put many alternatives, like you can say here, to know, to realize what were more important to them in the project, and how it could contribute truly in the process of treatment of them. And
5 minutes left, Mirela.
Okay. And how we can say here, from 11 participants, 10 of them appointed acquisition of knowledge. It was important to them, or 9 of 11 consider that the activity was could improve their well-being. Well, it was my presentation, and I could say that it was a very good period of my life. I created this connection with the team, and the public was there. And I put this picture here because they are there are some of the gifts they sent to me during the activities, and today that I finished the project, they send the messages to me asking, when are you going here again? And it was very, it's very thankful for me this period, because I learned too much, and I think I could contribute to them.
Thank you, Mirela. That was lovely. Thank you. Okay, I think we're gonna have speaker view. Would you like to stop sharing your screen and we can have some, speaker view? Yeah, we can have some questions. I just wanted to mention that today's International Women's Day, and we have managed somehow to have 5 brilliant women from around the world presenting today. So well done on being one of those. It was really great to hear about your project. And I've seen that there's lots of people with questions. We're going to fit in as many as we can now. And then Anna Maria is going to start at 5 o'clock UK time. So then if there are more questions that we don't get to, we can have those after Anna Maria's talk and questions, if you're able to stay with us. Thank you, well done, that was great. Over to some questions.
Mirela, thank you so much. That was a most thorough presentation. You shared so much good information. Thank you. There are some questions for you, and Fiona, I think I'm going to ask you to interpret this one for me, okay?
Okay.
So there's a few people who are asking if Mirela can share some more information about the timetable of the project, how many people attended the project, and how many days did they attend, and how many hours were they there for? Can you ask that sort of general subject?
Você entendeu, Mirela, ou quer que eu traduza?
Se todo tipo de pessoa é atendida pela comunidade?
Não, é mais sobre o horário, os detalhes de quem frequentava, quantos frequentavam e de qual período, era quantas horas por dia, era uma vez por semana, e quantos no grupo, esses detalhes do dia a dia do seu projeto lá.
Okay. In the community, it's very difficult to say how many people we have attended each day, because like the community attend these people by free choice to do the treatment, every week goes out someone, and every week can arrive 5 or 6 participants again. I had some day that I worked with almost 30 persons during the activities. In the period of in the morning, I work with less because they have some obligations of the house. And in the period of afternoon, I work with full of the number of participants, almost 30 or 25, 20. In the first, in the beginning of the project, it was during the pandemic, but in the beginning. So there was 5 or 6, 11, and over time was increasing the number of participants. And I had just 1 day of the week to work with them.
Okay, great, thank you. 30 people, that's hard going, working with that number in the afternoon. Good, absolutely brilliant. I have a question. How long did it take for your people that you were supporting to join in the gardening activities? You said it took a while to build up trust. How long before they were happy to garden with you?
I think it depends of the person. Some of them trusted in me in 2 or 3 weeks, and some of them had a longer time to it because they have some difficulties. Like I said, some of them was thinking that I was there just to teach new tasks of horticulture and not therapy horticulture. So they had difficult to trust in the project, in the work I was developing. But some of them trusted in the beginning that it could improve their treatment.
Okay.
Is it?
Thank you. I have another question, but I think you answered the question was put in the chat, and then you put up the wonderful slide that detailed what the men said were the benefits that they got from joining in the gardening. So I hope that question was answered for our attendee. I have a question that's just came in. Did anyone that you were working with, would you say that they were recovered from their addiction, or was the time you have spent with them too short for you to comment on their addiction status? Maybe you need to translate that one, Fiona.
Entendeu? Você sabe se alguém se recuperou completamente do vício, do adição, ou eles ainda, ou parcialmente, ou em relação ao vício, à dependência, eles como que foi? O que você sabe? Era muito curto prazo? Um comentário sobre isso.
Some of the participants I could participate of all the process. It's a process of 6 months, the treatment, and I could follow all the process of someone. I have contact with some of them until now, and when I stopped the project there, I have talked to some of them, and they are totally clean, like they say, without drugs or alcohol. But it's a pity that the most of the number of the participants doesn't reach the project in totally. They unfortunately goes off there and goes to drug and the alcohol yet. Again, sorry.
Okay. Sadly, yes. One last question here, I think, and then Fiona, you might want to sort of summarize this part of the session. Are there any other community gardening opportunities that your men can join in when they finish their 6-month program?
Sim. Há outras oportunidades na comunidade para fazer jardinagem que as pessoas podem progredir para fazer uma coisa na comunidade de jardinagem, ou não há isso, não existem essas ligações?
Into the community.
Sim, para continuar jardinagem.
Yes.
Existe.
In the community, there are a large space to develop some kinds of activities. There are many gardens and the good spaces to eat. Just in the place I worked with them, it was a vegetable garden one day, and when I started the project, it was stopped, and we started together. Now they continued the activities, and they are responsible to take care of the place. And in the community, it was a rural place. It's not on the city. It's a farm. Do you understand? It's a farm there, and there are many places to develop different activities of gardening and the growing vegetables.
Okay. Excuse me. One last question. Will you try and continue to work there, support in the project?
Você ia continuar lá, tentar continuar a trabalhar lá, ou aumentar o número de dias, ou...
I would like to work there, but I work in another place, and I needed to manage the two works to develop this project. I was a volunteer there, and now I have just the Saturday to develop, but it's a day that they are free. They have to develop what they want into the community. So it's not a day that they would receive me. But in the future, if I have the opportunity, I would like to return there, of course.
Great. Mirela, thank you so much. And thank you for persevering with my West Coast Scottish accent. Thank you so much. That was really interesting. Lots of nice comments in the chat box also. Fiona, thank you.
Thank you again, Mirela. We really enjoyed your presentation.